Differentiability at a point. First, let's see its definition. Let f of x be a real valued function. F of x is the real valued function defined on an open interval a comma b. The function f of x is in the open interval a comma b, and let c belongs to a comma b. That means we can find the point c in the interval a comma b. Now, f of x is said to be differentiable or derivable at x is equal to c if and only if limit x tends to c, f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c exists finitely. If this limit exists, we know how to find a limit. So, if this limit, that is limit x tends to c, f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c exists, then we can tell f of x is derivable or f of x is differentiable. That is, we can differentiate the function f of x. Okay. So, if and only if condition, if f of x is differentiable, then it will satisfy this condition. Also, if the function satisfies this condition, this limit, then we can tell it is differentiable. If this limit is called the derivative or differential coefficient, we can tell it as derivative or the differential coefficient of f of x at x is equal to c. So, and it is denoted by f dash of c or d of f of c or d by dx of f of x at x is equal to c. So, f dash of c, that is the derivative, dash means the derivative. So, f dash of c is equal to limit x tends to c, f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c. That is the derivative. The left hand derivative and right hand derivative. So, limit h tends to 0, f of c minus h minus f of c divided by minus h is called the left hand derivative. Okay. Similarly, f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h is called the right hand derivative of f of x. F of x is the function at x is equal to c, and left hand derivative is denoted as L of f dash of c or f dash of c minus. Similarly, the right hand derivative, that is r of f of c, r of f dash of c or f dash of c plus. F of x is differentiable at x is equal to c if and only if. This is the notation for if and only if. So, L of f dash of c is equal to r of f dash of c. So, if the left hand side limit and the right hand side limit, left hand side derivative and the right hand side derivative are equal, then we can tell f of x is differentiable. Okay. So, if and only if condition means if f of x is differentiable, then it will satisfy this condition, left hand derivative and right hand side derivative are equal. Similarly, if left hand side derivative and right hand side derivative are equal, then we can tell f of x is differentiable. If and only if condition is given between two results, that means we will get the results vice versa also. If L of f dash of c is not equal to r of f dash of c, then we can tell it is not differentiable. If the limits, the derivatives are not equal, then it is not differentiable. So, f of x is differentiable at x is equal to c, that means f of x is continuous. If the function is differentiable, then this function is continuous also. We can tell the function is continuous also. Differentiation from first principle. The process of finding the derivative of a function by using the definition that f dash of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h is called the differentiation from first principle. If we use the differentiation using this formula, then we can tell it is the differentiation from first principle, and it is f dash of x as dy by dx. We can write f dash of x as dy by dx, where y is the function of x, that is d by dx of f of x. Find the derivative of the following functions. First one x square, second one e power minus x log x plus 1. We have to find the derivatives using the first principle. What is the first principle? D by dx of f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h, and this is the first order, first principle. Okay, so now here in the first problem we have f of x is equal to x square. So d by dx of x square is equal to limit h tends to 0 x plus h the whole square. Okay, x square, and if for f of x we have to write f of x plus h. So I have written x plus h the whole square minus x square divided by h. Now we have to expand it. So limit h tends to 0 x square plus h square plus 2xh minus x square divided by h. So x square minus x square will get cancelled, that is limit h tends to 0 h into h plus 2x divided by h. H and h will get cancelled. While applying the limit h tends to 0, this term will become 0. So 0 plus 2x, that is 2x. That is the derivative of the function x square. Second one, e power minus x. We have to find its derivative. So f of x is equal to e power minus x. So d by dx of e power minus x. The first principle we are going to use. That is d by dx of f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So d by dx of e power minus x, that is limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h. That means e power minus x plus h. Our function f of x is e power minus x. In the place of x, you have to substitute x plus h. So e power minus x plus h minus, or f of x is e power minus x divided by h. So that is equal to limit h tends to 0 e power minus x minus h minus e power minus x divided by h. So we can split it, that is limit h tends to 0 e power minus x into e power minus h. I split this expression e power x minus h as e power minus x into e power minus h minus e power minus x divided by h. Now we can take e power minus x as common, that is limit h tends to 0 e power minus x. If you take it outside, it is e power minus h minus 1 divided by h. E power minus x into e power minus h minus 1 divided by h. We have the limit for h only, isn't it? Limit h tends to 0. So we can take the expression of x as constant. We can treat the expression of x as constant as we have the limit as h tends to 0. So e power minus x limit h tends to 0. I write e power minus h as 1 by e power h minus 1 divided by h. Okay. So we can take e power h as LCM, that is e power minus x, limit h tends to 0, 1 minus e power h divided by h into e power h. Okay, I take e power h as LCM, so the numerator becomes 1 minus e power h divided by e power h. I brought the e power h to this denominator, so h into e power h, 1 minus e power h divided by h into e power h. Now I write it as e power minus x limit h tends to 0 minus of e power h minus 1 divided by h into e power h. We can bring the minus outside, that is minus e power minus x limit h tends to 0 e power h minus 1 divided by h into e power h. So, we have now minus e power minus x limit h tends to 0 e power h minus 1 divided by h into e power h. We have an important result, limit x tends to 0 e power x minus 1 divided by x is equal to 1. The power of the exponent, if it is in the denominator and if that value tends to 0, then we can tell it as 1. Limit x tends to 0 e power x minus 1 divided by x is equal to 1. Here we have limit h tends to 0 e power h minus 1 divided by h. So, for this expression we can substitute 1. If limit h tends to 0, then that will become, I am applying the limit, that is minus e power minus x, the whole value is 1 into 1 divided by e power 0. E power h is there, so e power 0. Anything to the power 0 is 1. So, this is equal to minus e power minus x. So, the derivative of the function e power minus x is minus e power minus x. This is an important result and we will use this in few problems also. And our third subdivision f of x is equal to log x plus 1. So, d by dx of log x plus 1 is equal to limit h tends to 0 log x plus h plus 1 minus log x plus 1 divided by h. That is equal to limit h tends to 0. We can write this as log m minus log n, that is equal to log m by n, isn't it? So, I write it as log x plus h plus 1 divided by x plus 1 whole thing divided by h. Since log m minus log n is equal to log m by n. That is equal to limit h tends to 0 log, this x plus 1 is the denominator for x plus 1 and h. So, I write this as x plus 1 by x plus 1 plus h by x plus 1 divided by h. So, x plus 1 will get cancelled, that is limit h tends to 0 log 1 plus h by x plus 1 divided by h. So, here we have another result, that is limit 1 plus limit x tends to 0 log 1 plus x by x is equal to 0. If this term x tends to 0, then the value of this logarithm, the limit, while finding the limit, it will be equal to 1. That is, limit x tends to 0, log 1 plus x divided by x is equal to 1. Here we should have the same terms. Okay. But here we have 1 plus h by x plus 1. But here in the denominator we have only h. So, I am dividing the numerator and denominator by x plus 1. Both the numerator and denominator by x plus 1. So, this x plus 1 is a constant. So, we can take it outside. So, that is equal to limit 1 by x plus 1 limit h tends to 0 log 1 plus h by x plus 1 divided by h by x plus 1. So, for this whole value, and here it is h tends to 0, x is a constant, isn't it? Limit h tends to 0. So, this whole expression will be equal to 1. That is 1 by x plus 1 into 1 by this result. So, the value, the derivative of this function log x plus 1 is equal to 1 divided by x plus 1.